Hello guys, today we are back here at Substance Designer and we are getting into something really new. Now this update has been on from some months I think, if I'm not mistaken, but I have the pleasure of start to play around with it, and it's the spline and path tools. As you can see down here we have uh, a new section, yes, in our library, spline and path tools, and each of them are different, yes, and they work different. Now I'm gonna get later more into detail or why are they different, what are their main difference, but first I wanted to start trying and play around with them. So we are gonna get this here, yes, we're gonna plug this here, I'm gonna explain you everything. So as you can see now there's a lot of nodes here and we might need to start by the basics. So if we want to create a spline that we want to be able to um, control, we need to write spline and we need to go for spline cubic or spline circle, and then we have the spline polyquadratic. So I'm gonna go with the polyquadratic around here because I like it better. So as you can see first, this comes with a whole new interaction system. Let's move this towards the top. You're gonna I'm gonna most probably do short videos about how I made some of the things I have around here and why and the features it has. But as you can see, this node has something that the other nodes doesn't. So you may look at the gradient map node and see the output, yes, color, which is yellow, and if you come to the spline nodes, you will see their outputs and inputs are also yellow, yet the data they receive is completely different. So in here, what we are seeing is spline coordinates, spline data, and spline amount. Yes, we have inputs and outputs for this. I haven't tried the inputs yet, but I did try like making something out of it. But let's get into this now and let's try to look at. So So this node what allows us, and I really like a lot compared to the spline cubic, yes, is that this one allow us to have as much point as we want. Now there's a way of adding more than 10 points, I can assure you that, but we are not going to do that today. So as you can see, we can move the points around as much as we can. It's gonna actually make, yes, our spline move different, and we can really shape it as much as we want to. Yes, we can flip the directions, and we can also, if you go to the lower part of the other node parameters, you're gonna see their point label size, and you can lower it. I'm gonna lower it to 0. You can ask to show points or not. Yes. Oh, my bad. I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna put points level as normal value, and I'm gonna set to false the show points labels. Yeah, I'm gonna start to play with my curve. So as you can see, I'm moving my curve from my 2D viewer as it was a transform, but we have something going on here on point coordinates. So we can also use coordinates in order to move our points. And we can get to create some details in other parts of it. So for example, I have points properties here, yes, P1, and I have height. I can lower the height if I want to do something like kind of a doodle where, let's say I get this downwards, I'm gonna get this one here, and I'm gonna do this, yes, something like this, and I want one part to be under the other. Well, that's something we can actually do. We can create, increase the thickness as well, as you can see. Not much that is going on, to be honest. There we go. And we can start creating things with these kind of nodes. Now, there's a lot more things going on around here. Let me remove the points. So you see, so every spline is going to have a starting point and an end point, yes? So the starting point is the one that only has a dot, while the end point has an arrow. Now that endpoint and that arrow means the direction everything's going. So if I'm not mistaken, and if I add a point, it's going to extend our line from the arrow, and the arrow extended to the other part. So we can turn this back. Oh no, to 4. You're gonna leave it there, And if I'm not mistaken, you can close the spine. By closing the spine, what you're doing is just basically making that everything is a connected circuit, and that's actually so good and so fun. Now, this is pretty much the basic of splines, what we're gonna be seeing here. I'm gonna be showing you more in the next video, but there's something quite good that is coming, and you can see we can create a lot of things here with some lower end parameters coming from what we've seen from Substance. Now, just to close this up, what I want to show you is what's the real power behind this. So, what you can see here, yes, it's a spline, yes. This is a spline I made. And this is a shape I have, a random shape, yes, it's just a parabolic, it's lower value, and we can see here that we have, yes, this same shape is scattered over all our spline. So for those who use Houdini may know these of copy points and using segments or um, kind of shapes which have scatter points on top of it, yes, or other kinds of tools inside Houdini to scatter a specific object over the points. Well, this is pretty much the same, but it works in a different way, and we're gonna be seeing that in the next video. So I hope you like this, and I hope you start to use this because this is amazing.